This queen had a very strange rule. Whoever could draw her nose perfectly in a portrait would spend a passionate night with her. However, if the nose turned out unsuccessful, the culprit was thrown from a high tower or given to be eaten by bloodthirsty pets. Once, a young apprentice was diligently practicing his drawing. He was carefully observing an apple on the table, but the drawn fruit looked nothing like the original, and his teacher flew into a rage because of the student's lack of skill. He ordered him to deliver a portrait to the queen herself. The young man knew that this trip could cost him his life, but he did not dare to disobey and was forced to set out on his journey. Soon he arrived at the royal castle. Immediately after entering, he began to be annoyed by a pesky fly. He took the scroll with the portrait and tried to crush the insect, but the parchment broke in two. The young man froze in panic. He unrolled the scroll and breathed a sigh of relief, seeing that the portrait was intact. But the fly returned again. In horror, the artist crushed it with his hand. The insect's blood ruined the nose on the queen's portrait. He desperately tried to wipe away the stains, but nothing worked. He saw artists being sent to the guillotine one after another for their mistakes. The young man got scared and began to rub the spoiled spot diligently. In the end, he completely erased the queen's nose and desperately struck himself on the head, feverishly looking for a way out of the situation. Suddenly he saw a brush, grabbed it and tried to draw a new nose, but intense anxiety paralyzed his movements. All he got was a thin red line. The queen's soldiers were already approaching him. The more he drew, the uglier the nose became. All attempts to fix the portrait only made the situation worse. The youth knew that in case of failure, the queen's cruel pet would devour him. Fear froze his body, but it was already too late. The soldiers led him to the queen. The young man firmly gripped the ruined scroll. Suddenly, a huge tiger behind the queen's back opened its mouth wide. The terrified artist quickly unrolled the portrait to show his work.